Hi everybody, let's make a start seated. We'll do some breath work to help guide us into, well, for us at this moment, it's Monday morning. So depending when you're doing this, but we are starting a new week. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, so any position that feels comfortable for you to sit in. For me, it's cross-legged. You can always sit on a block as well if you want. And you can rest your hands on your knees and just a few circles of the shoulders one way, and then a few circles the other way, just to see if we can get rid of a little bit of tension before we start. And you can let your right ear fall towards the right shoulder, squeeze the left shoulder down the back. Then bring the head back to the center, just let the left ear fall towards the left shoulder and draw the right shoulder down the back. Let's bring the head back to the center, just turn the face up to the sky. Get a nice stretch through the front of the throat. And let's bring the chin down towards your chest. And then just bringing your chin parallel to the floor. Letting your eyes close down. Just notice if that little bit of stretching has helped you to feel or sit here a little bit more relaxed. We'll take a breath in through the nose all together. Just open your mouth and exhale, let it go. And again, fill yourself up with the breath in. Then open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Last time, breathing in, fill yourself up. And then open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Okay, now take a breath in, get to the very top of your inhale, and hold your breath at the top. Then a slow breath out, and get to the very bottom of the exhale, and just hold the breath out. Inhaling, we get to the very top of the inhale, hold the breath at the top. You can have your eyes closed or gazing down. And then exhaling, and at the bottom of the exhales, hold the breath out. Try and even that out to 4 counts for each part. Okay, so inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold the breath out for 4. Keep going in that way. Just beginning to get control of your breathing. Honoring the counts as best you can. And trying to stick with this rhythm. It's your first challenge of the day. Last round. Full breath in for 4 counts. Holding the breath at the top for 4. Exhaling for 4. Holding the breath out for 4. Once you get to the end, take a full deep breath in. And you can open your mouth and exhale, let it go when you get there. Just breathe normally, naturally. As blinking your eyes open if they were shut. We'll bring the knees up and take the feet behind you. We'll come into a child's pose. So have your knees together and your feet together. Extend your arms all the way out the front and let the forehead rest down onto the mat. How does child's pose feel today after your whatever you've been doing these last few days? You feel whatever's been happening in your body, maybe in your hips, in your arms. I want you to reach the hands as far forwards as you can. Push into the fingertips to lift the elbows off the floor. And then see if you can sink your head and your chest further down towards the floor. And push your hands down into the floor as well. Then take some breaths here. We're going to stay here for at least 3 breaths. Okay, so take a long deep breath in. And a long slow breath out. You want to really be pressing down through your arms, through your fingertips, getting that stretch. Long breath in. And a long breath out. Take one more deep breath in. And a long breath out. Pressing the palms down flat. You're just going to slide yourself down onto your belly. So you're drawing in your head through, your chest through, laying down onto your belly. And then take your hands back towards your feet. Put the palms flat on the floor. The forehead on the floor for a moment. Really press down to your hands now. Push down to your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And then lift your head and chest up and lift your shoulders up. Keep pressing your hands down onto the floor. Now see if you can overcome this and take 3 long deep breaths here. So using the pose and the breath to help fire up all the muscles in the back. I know that we're used to flowing and moving. Let's see if you can be here and overcome this. Yeah, stay here in this moment. It's like every breath is an obstacle you have to overcome. And then maybe you could relate that to your week as we go through the week. As you come against all different obstacles, remember these moments where we stayed here, in stillness within a pose, moving through it, breathing through it rather. Take one more breath. You can feel the firing up in your back, in your lower back. And then you can lower yourself all the way back down. You can bring your hands underneath your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders back, and then push your hips back into your heels, into your child's pose. Good, reach the hands as far forwards as you can. And then take a nice big breath in. And a long breath out. Keep reaching the hands as far forwards as you can here. Okay, so looking forwards, you're going to bend your arms and slide your head, chest through, come back onto the mat. And we'll pop the hands again flat down onto the mat, palms down towards your feet. Forehead down onto the mat. It's going to stay on the mat this time. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze your legs together and try and lift your feet up off the floor. Now try and bring this into your glutes and into your hamstrings. Yeah, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. See if you can be here. See if you can stay here. With long, slow breaths in. Notice where you feel the fire. Try and bring it into your glutes. Try and bring it into your hamstrings. Keep edging the fingers closer towards the feet. Take one more breath. And then you can lower the legs back down. Now turn, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then push your hips back into your heels. Back into that child's pose. Hopefully you can feel that in your hamstrings, your glutes, and in your lower back then. Inhaling, reaching your hands as far forwards as you can. And exhaling. So come up onto all fours and into a puppy pose. And it's quite early on in the class, so don't go to your biggest puppy pose, but walk your hands to the corners of the mat. Lower your chest towards the floor. You can rest your forehead on the floor if it feels a little bit tight still, or you could be chin on the floor. See what feels okay for you today. And be here for 3 breaths. Long, slow breaths. The pose might become uncomfortable even though it started off as comfortable. I'll see if you can breathe through that. I'll take one more breath here. Good, and then carefully start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And we do the opposite of that now. So you round into your back and chin to the chest. Little cat-cows, let your belly sink and lift your head, chest up. And then push away and round into the back, chin to chest. And again, let your belly sink and lift the head, chest up. And then push away and round into the back. Last time, let the belly sink and lift the head, chest up. And then push away and round into the back. Coming back to neutral. Now, let's just rock the shoulders forwards and back a bit. Wake up the wrists a little bit. And we can take the circles, take circles, and then go the other way. Think about rooting down through all of your fingertips, seeing how it feels in your hips. And then turning your fingers towards the knees, palms flat down. Maybe they don't go all the way around. Remember, that's totally fine. Might be a little bit stiff, so only go so far. And you've got your elbows bent, and you can take some cat-cows, let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up, and then push away and round into the back. Okay. Maybe do a few of them. Enjoying movement now. That's it. Good. And then flipping the fingers back towards the front. Last thing for the wrist, just have your backs of the hands on the floor. Middle fingers touching each other. Push down to your thumbs and your baby fingers and try and straighten your arms. You can also try and bring your hands into little fists and see if you can lift your knuckles up off the mat. Good, we're opening up the hands so the thumbs and the baby fingers go back onto the mat. Try and straighten your arms, see where you can go with it. And then release the hands. Well done, let's tuck the toes under, wake up the feet a little bit, push your hips into your heels and then rock back. Wake up the calves, the ankles, the Achilles. Wake up your feet, your toes. And you can reach your hands forwards and then see if you can come up high onto your toes here. So being careful, keeping your thighs close to your belly, your knees close to your chest, reaching the arms forwards. You can always have a block underneath here. Your feet, your heels if you want. Take a breath in And a breath out. Keep drawing the thighs up towards your rib cage and your knees up towards your chest. Good. Lower the hands down and then lower your heels down. We're going to straighten into the legs into a forward fold. Welcome to the hamstrings. Hold on to opposite elbows and we can sway from side to side, unless you prefer stillness. You can relax the back of the neck and put weight into your toes. Notice all the sensations. There's plenty of sensations in my legs this morning. We'll take one more breath. Releasing the hands, slowly walk your hands back out into a plank pose. And from your plank pose, you can lower your knees. We're going to do 4 little tricep dips, so chaturangas. The elbows bend, and we hover there with the shoulders in line with the elbows, and then just straighten the arms and round into your back. Yeah, so at the very top of that, round into your back. And then draw your chest forwards, elbows bend, shoulders in line with elbows, and then push the arms straight and round into the upper back. Yeah, get that little rounding at the top. Chest draws forwards, elbows bend. Push right back up and get the rounding at the top of the back. Chest draws forwards, elbows bend. Straighten the arms and round into the back. Good, now just lift your knees up off the floor. Yes, draw your chest forwards, elbows bend. Then push into your up dog or your cobra, lifting the head, chest up. And we take it straight up and back into your first downward facing dog. Press through the heels, press through your hands, lift your hips up nice and high. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Good, swing your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. And then bring your right foot outside of your right hand. Lower the left knee to the floor and turn your right foot onto its side. Now you can stay on your hands. If you can, come down onto your forearms. That's it. Now close your eyes. Take 3 long, slow breaths. Okay? See how the pose changes. We like to flow, don't we? We like to move from pose to pose, but see if you can stay here, overcome this moment, move through any obstacles. Notice how the pose changes the longer that you stay here. Where do you need to breathe into? Where do you need to lean into? What do you need to let go of? Okay, be here for one more breath. And we'll bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Put your right foot flat onto the floor. And let's come back onto the left knee and just draw the right toes to your face. Feels so nice. Inhale, draw the head, chest up. Exhale and fold over your right, inside your right leg there. Take one more breath. You stand onto your right foot, lift the back knee up off the floor and take your left foot outside your left hand. Sit your hips down, bring your hands, palms together and lift your head, chest up. Hold it here. Now let your eyes close, take long breaths. So 3 long deep breaths here. Think tailbone pushing down and head moving upwards. Take 2 more breaths. Long inhale and a long exhale. Draw the shoulders down the back, take a long, deep breath in. And a long, slow breath out. All right, taking the hands to the floor, lifting the hips up, heel to the feet towards each other. A halfway lift, lengthen, exhale and fold. Hinge over your hips, relax your head, and then slowly roll your way up, push down through both feet to come up. Press your palms together, lift the arms up, and then exhale, fold and hinge from the hips. Inhale, draw the head, chest up. And as you exhale, jump your feet back, step them back. Plank pose. Elbows brush by the rib cage. You can drop your knees. Come into a cobra, upward facing dog, and then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. We are ready for the other side. So take your left leg up, bend the knee and open up the hip. Bring your left foot outside of your left hand, and then slide your right leg back. Okay, untuck your right toes, turn your left foot onto its side. Maybe stay on your hands or come down onto your forearms. Okay, and then get lost in your breathing for a little bit. Okay, let yourself sink here. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, try and surrender into that left hip, the front of the right thigh as well, the front of the right hip flexor. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, take one more breath. Has the pose changed yet? Have you managed to let go somewhere different yet? Yeah, what's happening? What can you feel? And then bring the hands back underneath you and putting your left foot flat onto the floor, we'll just come back onto the right knee, left toes to the face. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale and fold in between the left leg and, well, just inside the left leg. The more stretch you want, the more you're going to push down through that left heel. So you're going to stand back onto your left foot, lift your back knee up off the floor, take your right foot outside of your right hand, sit the hips down, hopefully that feels good in both legs now. Palms together, lift up through the crown and keep pushing down through your sit bones. Yeah. Now from here, just rest your hands onto the floor. And we're going to take a Bakasana crow with your knees outside of your elbows. Lift your hips up, squeeze your knees in. Maybe you're going to hover one foot off the floor, maybe hover the other foot off the floor and hold it there. Hold it, maybe 3 breaths. See what you can do. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Maybe you come out of it and then come back into it. Can you be here for one more breath? If you're not got the feet off the floor, that's okay. You're just putting the weight into your hands. Good, and then you can come back into your Malasana, let the inner thighs relax, press your palms together, lift your chest up. Good, and we'll take the hands to the floor, lift the hips up to the sky, and then heel turn the feet towards each other. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale and fold, get deeper. Good, slowly roll your way up, press your palms together, lift the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, fold and hinge from the hips. Good. Inhale, take a halfway lift. And as you exhale, you can step back or jump back into a plank. Elbows brush by the rib cage. Lift the head, chest up, cobra, up dog. And then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. Long breath in, push the hips up. And a long breath out.
Good, so you're going to swing your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip, and then bring your right foot inside your right hand. Come up into a high lunge, lift your arms up. That's it. From high lunge, drop your back heel, come into a warrior two. That's it. Bring your hands onto your hips for a moment. Draw your shoulders down the back. Bend deep into that right leg. Close your eyes. Take 3 long, slow breaths in. Now imagine you're pushing down through your right heel, drawing your right heel back towards your left foot. Grinding down through your left baby toe. Keep everything strong. Long breath in. Long breath out. Good, it's my least favorite thing to do, is to just stay in a pose. But it's definitely a good way to try and overcome any obstacles, or to get that feeling within you that you can be here and you can stay here within the shape, in stillness. Breathe through it. Anything else that you come up against throughout your day, you just take yourself back to this moment. How did you stay here? What did you do? One more breath. You can reach your arms all the way back out to the sides, and then take your right hand down to the floor. Big circle with the left arm. Pick your back heel up and take your front foot to the back of the mat. How does that feel? Elbows brushed by the rib cage. Cobra up dog, and then lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So how's the right leg feel? No, the right hip. Feel the fire there in that right hip. So we go again, we'll take the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Bring your left foot inside your left hand, and then come up into a high lunge. Okay, from high lunge, come into your warrior two, opening up towards the right, and then you can bring your hands onto your hips. So find where you're kind of comfortable for now, where your left heel is drawing back towards your right foot. Let your eyes close. Can you feel your baby toe at the back? Now, as much as you're drawing your left heel back towards your right foot, could you also think about drawing your left knee away towards the top of the mat? So it's kind of those two opposing forces there. Long breath in. What's the chatter in your head here? Are you kind of getting annoyed that you have to be in the pose for a while? Notice if that's the case. Try and let go. Long breath in. I suppose there's going to be moments throughout your day that you have to kind of stick something out. You have to persevere, move through it. So starting your training right now, ready for the things that are going to come up for you this week or the day ahead. Now take one more breath. You can reach your arms out to the side, and then take your left hand down to the floor. Right hand follows, and then front foot to the back. How does that left leg feel? Can you feel the fire there? And then elbows brushed by the rib cage. Over up dog, and then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. Nice big breath in, and a long breath out. Lift the hips up high. Good, so you're going to swing your right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Bring your right foot inside your right hand. Let's come straight up into high lunge. And then into your warrior two. Good, so now bring your right forearm onto your thigh, left arm up and over your head. That's it, now try not to lean too much onto your right forearm. Try and push away from the forearm.
I want you to hold it here. Reach the left fingers away from you. You can always turn your head down towards your right knee if it feels like that your neck is hurting. Are you getting cross with this flow? Can you try and not get cross and just breathe through it? And whatever happens now on the mat, it's going to be learning for you and for me for the day ahead, for these moments where you need to persevere, move through, breathe through, overcome the obstacles. Take a breath in. Are you sinking into that right leg? Can you try and lift up and away? Good. Excellent. All right, come back into warrior two. That poor right leg. Right hand comes down, touch the floor. Big circle with the left arm, and then front foot to the back, find your plank. Elbows brushed by the rib cage. Cobra up dog. And we take it up and back into downward facing dog. Wiggle, wiggle. I don't know if it's only me that it kills. I'm hoping that it kills you guys as well. Well, no, not kills you, but I'm hoping you feel it. I feel it. Okay, left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Then bring your left foot inside your left hand. A little bit of movement, lift your arms up into high lunge. That's it, and then drop the back heel, come into your warrior two. Okay, so left forearm onto the thigh, and right arm up and over your head. Twist the left rib cage towards the right side. Once you're there, start to think about pushing the front heel back towards the back foot, and also pushing the front knee away. Then breathing into it, you can have your chin up towards the right bicep, or you can look down towards the left foot if your neck's starting to ache. And if the legs are starting to ache, good, breathe into it. How can you stay here? Overcome it, see if you can persevere. Breathe through it, find a way. Notice where the fire is and focus on that, all that beautiful fire. That agni that's going to help see you through your day. Good, so you can come back to warrior two. And then left hand comes down. Yowzers, right hand comes down and front foot to the back. Elbows brushed by the rib cage. Cobra up dog, and then back into downward facing dog. Shake out those legs. Breath in. And a long breath out. Good. Okay, let's take the right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and open up your hip. Bring your right foot inside your right hand. Come up into your high lunge. That's it. From high lunge, open up into warrior two. That's it. Good. Now flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back. Breathe into the right side. Hopefully that right hip is nice and stretched. Straighten your front leg. Reach your right arm as far forwards as you can. Hand can be on your shin. Left arm up to the sky, or right hand behind right leg. Take your left arm up and over your head. Now you can look up, chin to the bicep, or you can look down. See how it goes. Take a breath in, squeeze those feet towards each other. And a breath out, try and tuck your tail, draw your right rib cage to the left side. Yeah. Got two more breaths. Can you reach? Imagine there's a hand on your left rib cage, and as you exhale, you push that left rib cage down. Try and take your mind off being here for one more breath. Be here, stay here. Good. Taking the left arm back up to the sky, Bend into your right leg and then lift your arms up into warrior two. Forelegs, right hand down, touch the floor. Big circle with the left hand. Front foot to the back, find plank. Vinyasa. Cobra up dog, and then back into that downward facing dog. Wiggle, wiggle, shake out what needs shaking. And we go again, left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip, so we get a little bit of flow. Left foot inside left hand. Come up into your high lunge. Okay, from here, ground the back heel 45, adjust your front foot accordingly, reach through the hands, flip the front palm, take it back, lift up, breathe into the left side. Straighten the left leg, reach your left arm as far forward as you can. You're opening up this right hip, left hand can be on your shin or outside of your left leg. Once you are there, right arm up and over your head. So we don't want to worry too much about the neck. So if it aches, just look down. But try and squeeze your feet towards each other. Find the extension through the right side of your body. Keep the breath flowing. Yeah. Imagine a hand on your right rib cage. And you're going to squeeze your right rib cage down with the exhale. Is your left kneecap drawn up and strong? Can you push down through your back foot as you open up your right hip? Be here for one more breath. Good, and then you can take your right arm back up to the sky. Rebend the left leg, come back into your warrior two. Good, left hand comes down, touch the floor. Big circle with the right arm and front foot to the back, well done guys. Vinyasa, elbows brushed by the rib cage. Cobra up dog, and meet me in downward facing dog. Take a breath in, wiggle whatever you need to do. And a long breath out, lift the hips up. Good, guys, take your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Now straighten your right leg and try and lift the right leg up even higher. Your hip is open, so that leg can lift even higher. Push through the mat so you push the hands and the hips get higher. And you're breathing in, extending that leg up. And then breathing out, trying to lift the leg up higher. Okay. Take one more breath here. Good, now walk your hands back towards your left leg and start to drop your right hip down. That right leg is going to lower a little bit. Keep walking your hands back towards the left leg. See if you can lift that right leg up even higher. Yeah, just see where you can get to with it. We're going to hold it and breathe in. And breathe out. Can your nose get closer to your left shin? You can have your hands on blocks here. You can also have a bend in the left leg. But one more breath, guys. Bring your right knee into your chest. Come to standing on your left leg. Now you can always put the right foot on the floor if you need to, or hover it off. Hug your right knee into your chest. And bring the sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh. Hands come heart center. So find something solid to focus on and hold it here for a moment. Breathing in. And breathing out. Get taller through the crown of the head. Feel really strong through your left leg. And again, long breath in. And a long breath out. But one more breath. Strong in that left foot. Opening up your right knee. Getting into the right hip. Good, so you're bringing your right knee back in. Taking your hands to the floor as the right leg goes all the way back up to the sky. You can bend the knee and open up the hip, and then straighten the right leg and walk your hands back into a downward facing dog. Yeah, let's bring your right knee to your right wrist, right shin on the floor. Foot moves over towards the left wrist and we slide the back leg away. Good, walk your hands forwards into pigeon. Push down through the top of the left leg, squeeze down into the outer right hip. Long breath in, this right leg hopefully is feeling nice, and the left leg also is feeling, well for me anyway, it's like a relief, it's like a little tingling all through my left leg. Lovely guys, walk your hands back towards your right knee, tuck your back toes and just take your right leg back into downward facing dog. Wiggle out what needs wiggling. And then take your left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Okay? And once you are there, straighten that left leg and see if you can lift the leg up higher. Hold it there for one breath. It's a long, slow breath though. I think we need one more breath here. Good, and then dropping the left hip as you walk your hands back to a standing split. This is so hard, so don't worry if you're struggling, but try and breathe through it. Yeah, so we're trying to get over obstacles here. See if you can breathe and soften into the posture. Yeah. You can always have a bend in the right leg. You can always have your hands on blocks. Maybe you could even bend that left leg if you really need to. Take one more breath. Try and lift that left leg up higher. See where you can go with it. And then bring your left knee into your chest. And then come to standing on your right leg. If you need to put the left toes on the floor to do that, do it. Hands come around your left knee and we squeeze the thigh up. So you take your left foot to your inner right thigh, so that right leg is talking. Hands come heart center. And you're working on opening up your left knee. Let yourself breathe through it, find balance. Long, full breath in. Long breath out. Good. If you've wobbled, just come right back into it. If that that right leg is talking, you can always shake it out if you need to. Otherwise, try and persevere, try and move, breathe through it. Bringing the left knee back into your chest, and then taking the hands down to the floor and the left leg up to the sky. You can bend the knee and open up the hip. Straighten the left leg from there, and then walk your hands out into your down dog. Your 3-leg down dog. And then bring your left knee to your left wrist, your left foot towards the right wrist into your pigeon. Slide the back leg away. Wow, what a relief. Walk your hands out in front. Try and surrender into this left hip. Think about pushing down to the top of your right leg, the outer left leg. Good, and then walking your hands back to your knees. Well done. From here, just bring your right knee in line with your right leg. And have your right heel close to your bum. You can sit both sit bones down onto the floor. Always swing your left hand behind you. Right arm goes up and over your head. Try and push those hips forwards now. Good, and then sitting the hips back down onto the floor. Now bring your right leg so it's the same as the left leg. So it goes over by the top of that left shin. And then take the left knee out towards the left side, in line with your left hip. Foot nice and close to your left hip. Right hand goes behind you, left arm goes up and over your head, and push those hips forwards, get that extension there. Good, and then slowly sit down onto the mat. Okay, bring both feet forwards, soles of the feet together, knees open. Push down to lift up tall and then walk your hands forwards, forehead down towards the floor. Yeah, then you're breathing in, drawing the chest forwards. And breathing out, relaxing over the legs. Yeah, how's all that feeling in your bodies? Two more slow breaths here. Think about, maybe you could rest your hands on your knees. Maybe reaching your hands out in front is better. Whatever you need to get a little bit more space. So take one more breath. And then slowly come up. Good, bring your knees up. Take your hands behind you, hips close to your heels, and then just lower down onto your belly. Well done, good. Have your heels nice and close to your bum. Press down through your palms. Inhale, fill yourself up. As you exhale, push down through both feet. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Interlace the fingers. And then try and straighten your arms as you push your hands down into the mat. Hold it here, let your eyes close. Feel your glutes, feel your hamstrings. Take a long deep breath in. And a long breath out. Keep pushing down through the heels. Keep reminding yourself, fire up your glutes, fire up your hamstrings. You're stretching your front. Long breath in. Long breath out. And the hips lift higher as you breathe out. Lie your knees towards each other. Last breath. Good, and then releasing the hands slowly, lower down vertebra by vertebra. Good guys, well done. Oh, those poor legs, hug your knees into your chest. And we'll let both knees fall to the right side. A little twist. We're going to stay here too long, so I do want to get into a plow. And then bring the knees back in towards the chest and we take them over to the other side. Okay, take your plow pose. Bring your knees into your chest. Now you could stay here hugging them in or take your legs up and over your head. Rest the toes on the floor. Make sure you've got weight into your elbows so you can feel the support of your hands on your back. Let the eyes close. 3 breaths. You can let your legs relax. Do whatever you want with your legs. Just make sure there's not overstretching your neck right now. Maybe those elbows could squeeze a little bit closer towards each other. That's it. I'm going to take one more breath, guys. Well done. And you can slowly lower the spine down, vertebra by vertebra. Give the legs a little shake out. Soles of the feet together, knees open, arms up and over your head. Relax your jaw, relax your neck, relax whatever got tense then during that. That's it, feel the hips, feel your back nice and long. So if you feel like you've got an arch in your lower back, lift the hips up and draw the tailbone more towards your feet, and then lower the spine back down. Yeah, let everything settle for a moment. So it's great, you can use like this hatha style of staying in the pose for a while to just see how you can overcome things, how you can persevere, how you can use your breath to stay there and to keep moving through it, keep moving through the different sensations. And it's like that throughout your day, isn't it? Sometimes there's things that you have to persevere, you have to breathe through, you have to move through. So from today's class, hopefully that's highlighted that you can do it, that you can persevere, and you can move through things. You can use your breath to get through things. Even if the monkey mind was asking you to come out at every moment, even if the monkey mind was telling you, this is silly, let's flow, your body can do it, your mind can do it. For these last few moments, you could stay like this, or you could extend your feet to the corners of the mat, arms down by your side. You're welcome to stay where you are though. Try and be here. Perhaps this is the hardest pose of all for you. Yeah, the hardest pose for you to just be still, to relax. If that's the case, use your breath to stay here, or maybe you can just drift away. We've got one more moment here. If you do have longer though, and you can stay, then stay in Shavasana for as long as you need. Otherwise, start to breathe a little bit deeper, using the breath now to let go of your practice. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, do a nice long lazy yawn, reach your arms above the head, and then roll over to the right hand side into a fetal shape. Keeping your eyes closed, make your way up to seated to face the front, or sit in any shape that feels good for you. Once you are there, pressing your palms together, thumbs into the chest bone. So remember, you can use your breath to persevere, move through things that you have to get through. See if you can overcome these moments throughout your day today. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Namaste, have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely, lovely day. And get through all the challenges that you need to get through using your breath. Thank you, guys.